Here in Germany, the health ministry has confirmed almost 60 cases of the coronavirus. That is a significant jump from just 16 at the beginning of the week. At least 57 countries or territories have reported cases of the virus. A short while ago, authorities confirmed the first death of a British citizen, a man who had been quarantined aboard a cruise ship anchored off Japan. South Korea has seen a sharp rise with more than 300 new infections, bringing the total there to more than 2,000. Nigeria has registered the first case of the virus in sub-Saharan Africa. And Iran, which has seen the largest number of deaths outside China, called off Friday prayers in some major cities in a bid to stem the spread of the virus. Let's take a closer look now at South Korea, where, as we've seen, infections have shot up sharply. Authorities there are struggling to keep the illness from racing further out of control. Fears over the virus are also putting a damper on the country's pop music industry.
Snaking around the block, queuing up for face masks. South Korea has the highest number of coronavirus cases outside mainland China. This store is packed with people trying to get their hands on masks. Nearby, the streets are almost empty as the general public take precautions.
I work for a welfare organization, but it has shut its doors for the time being and says it will remain so until the coronavirus outbreak has subsided. So I have to find another place to work, but I'm finding that difficult because of the outbreak.
My university is forcing me to go home. I've only been here for a week, so, I mean, it's better than nothing, but I'd rather not go back.
Gwanghwamun Square here in the center of the South Korean capital, Seoul, usually functions as a hub of activity, including cultural events and rallies. But demonstrations and public gatherings here have been banned. Schools, museums, theaters, and sports venues have all suspended operations as the government tries to stem the spread of COVID-19. And that government is now coming under increasing pressure.
And the K-pop scene is also taking a hit. Megastars BTS have cancelled 4 of their Seoul concerts due to the outbreak. They're the biggest boy band in the world right now and are seen as an emblem of South Korea's cultural and economic power. The country exports entertainment worldwide. Abroad, South Koreans and people from other Asian countries say they are facing discrimination as a result of the virus.
I wish people around the world will come to realize that the problem is with the spread of the virus itself, and that it has nothing to do with Asians in general.
Hospitals in South Korea are stepping up their efforts to contain the virus as the outbreak continues to affect more and more countries around the world.
For more on this story, we can speak to Martin Stürmer. He's a virologist in the city of Frankfurt. Martin, thank you for joining us here on DW. What do we know at this point about how the coronavirus is being spread from person to person, sometimes where there doesn't appear to be a direct link to the epicenter, to China?
Of course, we've heard that the people can transmit the virus without having symptoms or even mild symptoms. So many people are not aware that they are infected, and so they travel from China or from North Italy or from South Korea to their home country without being aware, carrying the virus in themselves, joining other people, transmitting the virus again and again. And so one of these who comes to the with symptoms to a hospital is not aware that he had met a person who had met a person who had met a person from China.
All right, so you're saying we probably would be able to trace that link back to the epicenter. What do you think of reports that we've seen that, Martin, we've seen reports that one case in Japan, a person was diagnosed with the coronavirus. This person then recovered and was infected again. What do you think of that?
It's very important to get knowledge about the special conditions in which a reinfection might happen, because normally we think that after recovering from the virus, you have at least a transitioned immunity against reinfection. So it's very important to get knowledge about under which conditions we can be reinfected with the virus.
Okay, we have seen that more than 36,000 of people who have been infected with this virus, they have recovered, but nearly 3,000 have also died. Martin, is this still primarily elderly and people who have underlying illnesses, who are vulnerable, who are actually dying from this virus?
Yeah, it's still the fact. There's been a very nice publication in JAMA published at the 24th of February, where they investigated very carefully the death rate dependent on age and comorbidities, and they found a clear correlation to age and comorbidities with higher mortality.
All right, Martin Stürmer, a virologist, joining us here from Frankfurt. Thank you for speaking with us.
You're welcome.